The following is an exclusive presentation of Jesup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
Man, Bob, that new jingle just sounds good. World famous Butch and Bob Show. Yes, sir. That jingle's being heard around the world because not only are we on 105.5 FM, we're also on BigDogCountry.com with the world famous Butch and Bob Show, audio and video. So people can listen to it and watch it. And, of course, on your smartphone with our free app. If you don't have our free app yet, just go to your favorite app store, type in Big Dog, WIFO. Follow the instructions and get our free app so you can listen to it on your smartphone.
I'm kind of disappointed. I mean, hats off to Jonathan, but you think you could have called Carrie Underwood and got him to do
You think that Carrie maybe could have done it, but, you know, she was a little bit out of our budget. Just a tad out of our budget there, Bob. She wanted to charge $2 instead of this $1. All right, well, we've got some folks in here this morning. We've got Anthony and Molly from the city of Jesup. Anthony, good morning to you. Good morning. Let me cut your mic on. Say it again, please.
Good morning.
Good morning. And then Molly, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, Anthony called the radio station yesterday afternoon and says, Butch, we need your help a little bit. So I talked to Anthony for a little while, then talked to Bill Schumann for a little while, and then Mike Dill for a little while. And so Mike decided to send Anthony and Molly this morning to discuss the situation that's going on in the city of Jesup that the public needs to know about, so the city of Jesup can possibly get a grant. So, Anthony, you want to set the stage, and let's get started here this morning.
All right, in the water system, we have some transite water lines that's been failing a good bit since I've been here the last 7 years.
You've had what kind of lines?
Some transite water lines. It's the material it's made out of.
Oh, okay.
And it's been failing the last few years. And so we put in for a CDBG grant, it's Community Block Development Grant.
Yep,
Molly?
That's a Community Development Block Grant through the Department of Community Affairs, but it's essentially HUD funds. And the grant, we qualify for the grant for infrastructure and things like that in low to moderate income neighborhoods.
Right. So you got some of these water lines that are just
right.
that are old and not as well as they used to be in terms of performance and getting the water to the homes. And so what's going on that the public needs to know about? Because I know that Anthony said there's a certain problem out there where some of the folks won't even answer their doors when some of these surveyors come to the door.
Right. Well, in the neighborhoods that the lines will be replaced, our regional commission, which is the Heart of Georgia Regional Commission, is writing this grant for us as a service to us. And part of the process is that they have to go door to door and ask people a few questions. One of them being how many people are in your household, and another one being what is your income. So we know if a stranger comes to your door and wants to know how much money you make, you might not be too keen to give them that information, but it will greatly assist us and be able to get some funds to replace some of this water infrastructure that we need. So
basically, folks can, if they go to these moderate to low income areas, and there's enough evidence that shows the fact that we need the service we need the grant money to be able to put in new water lines here in Jesup to the moderate to low income, that if these folks who live in this area, and if you get a knock on the door from someone from the Heart of Georgia Regional, whatever it is.
Regional Commission.
I guess they've got an ID or something like that?
Yes, they do. They do.
Please answer the questions correctly and answer the questions, because if we get enough information, if they get enough information, then the city of Jesup can get about how much money, Molly?
$750,000 is the grant amount that we're asking for.
Okay, to put in new water lines to the moderate to low income homes, apartments, and complexes here in Jesup.
Yes.
Right. And I brought Anthony with me because he would be able to better tell us about those water lines because he is the head of our water department.
All right, Anthony, tell us the condition of these water lines and in some of the areas here in Jesup to the low to moderate income
These
homes.
I'm not sure what year these water lines were put in, but they're probably 50, 60, 70 years old.
Holy moly.
Transite, not to scare people, but it is an asbestos pipe. It has asbestos in it. It does not contaminate the water supply. The issue is when it breaks and we have to work on it. We have to cut it with a saw, which creates dust.
Right.
And so it mostly creates a hazard for the employees.
Okay.
When we work on it.
So you're trying to get these replaced. What kind of pipes do you put down now?
Mostly replace them with C900, which is PVC pipe.
Okay. And how many yards, miles, whatever, do you think that we put in for $750,000?
We're hoping we can do about a mile of it.
About a mile,
Yeah.
which in different areas
It's
of
kind of
Jesup? Or
scattered out.
scattered out in different areas?
Yes.
Okay, and this is just the city of Jesup. But for I don't understand, these folks from the state agencies showed up without informing y'all or us
Yes.
or the media that they were going to show up and do this survey, just door-to-door survey, to see if we can get this block grant without informing anybody. So, you go to your door and someone's sitting there saying, I want to know how many people live here and how much money you make. You're a little cautious there.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Right.
scams out there, so it's hard for people just to trust people anymore.
That's right. So, yeah, there are a lot of scams. We just want the public to know the fact that if a Heart of Georgia a state grant writer comes to your door, surveyor, answer the questions. Take a look at the ID, answer the questions correctly, because if enough low to moderate income families here in town respond to the survey, good possibility that we'll get that $750,000 grant and replace these old 50 to 60-year-old water lines here in the city of Jesup.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
So tell us about how many miles of water line do we have in Jesup, Anthony? Do you know, right
I
off
think
the
it was
hand?
130, roughly.
130 miles throughout the entire city of Jesup?
Yes.
Okay. So when we see y'all sitting on the side of the road somewhere and you got it all blocked off and you got a big hole dug there, that's what y'all doing. Y'all going down there and putting fixing up that water pipeline that kind of burst.
Majority of the time, we do sewer also. So
Okay.
I would like to encourage people, please slow down when we're out there.
Oh, yeah.
Because we have had a lot of close calls.
Well, it's amazing how some people don't slow down sometimes. Okay. I've seen certain situations before like that. When I turn off a tank plant road coming to Joy Williamson Road to turn there at the high school to take Joy Williamson over to Highway 84, it's amazing how many people will fly up to where those cops are sitting there, the county policemen, to direct the traffic. I mean, I'll be going along there near the speed limit, within cushion range, okay?
Yeah.
And they'll just come flying by me, 65, 70 miles an hour, just to get in front of somebody to turn right there to go down Joy Williamson Road. And I'm thinking, 5 seconds is not going to change that much. And it's just amazing to me. And as you mentioned there, where the work crews around here in Jesup and anywhere, you really got to slow down.
Yeah.
I mean, slow down as slow as you possibly can when you're going by a work crew for safety purposes, because I know that we've had reports on how many workers on roads here in the state of Georgia are killed each year.
I've actually had 2 get hit.
Wow.
Luckily, it was one was hit with a barrel in a construction zone. The other one was grazed by the mirror. So luckily, the one did go to the hospital for his wrist. But
It is because of speed, like so
Yes.
many accidents are. That's one of the number one causes of accidents and deaths: the speed.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just figure if we can go that extra 10 miles an hour, it's going to make all the difference in our day.
Yeah.
But tell us when these surveyors from the state agency come to the door, how do they present themselves and what do they do to talk to the folks?
I personally have not received exactly what their script is, but they will identify themselves that they are representing the city of Jesup. They are doing this on our behalf, and it will benefit those people that they're interviewing, because if we get this grant, then we will be able to replace their water and sewer lines. So it is to their benefit that they answer the questions. And we're not sharing this information with anybody or anything like that. So it is strictly for the purposes of this grant. So.
Okay. It's just for the grant. So how long ago did y'all write for this grant? I mean, you fill out the paperwork and say, we'd like to have the money to help replace these old water lines.
It's been in the works for, a year?
We've been discussing it for about a year, but I think we officially turned the paperwork in about 6 months ago.
Right.
Okay. Do y'all work on that together? Do you get the technical information from Anthony and then you fill it out, Molly?
Well, the regional commission is actually writing this for us.
Oh, okay.
So he's worked with
We've mostly been
Mr.
working
Hill.
with Bill Schumann.
Okay. Yeah, I did talk to Bill Schumann yesterday, who is the city engineer. Is that his official title?
Yeah.
And he was telling me a little bit about what was going on and so forth. But the main thing we wanted this morning, and the reason why I wanted y'all to come in, was to inform the folks, the city of Jesup residents in the moderate to low income areas, there's a good chance that somebody's going to come to your door, knock on it, and say they're with the state agency, the Heart of Georgia, and need to ask you questions about how many people are in the home, approximate income, questions about the water. I understand from Bill they ask you questions about the water at your home that you get out of your spigot from the city of Jesup, and some other questions. And please just answer give the folks the courtesy. They're coming and taking it, trying to help us get a $750,000 grant so we can replace some of these old water lines here in Jesup.
That's right.
Okay, so just. That's what's going to. If you just ask for their ID, if you have any questions about it, they'll show you their ID as they're doing this survey.
Right.
Because Anthony was saying that a lot of folks are just saying, I ain't answering your questions, and closing the door, say, get off my property.
And it will make it harder on us to, if they don't cooperate, then we'll have to send city people back to try to get the information. So.
Okay. Sounds good. Bob, questions, comments for Anthony or Molly this morning concerning this survey or anything else that you might want to talk to them about? Bob, you just can't sit there and shake your head. I know people can see us now, but people just listening.
I think they explain it pretty well.
We are trying to be proactive in the streetscape. I've started working on locating all our utilities, and I'm going to try to make as much of that replaced so it'll last another.
Now, where the location on the streetscape is where at?
That will be from Macon Street to First Street on Cherry.
So from Macon to First Street?
First on Cherry.
On Cherry Street, okay.
Yeah,
right.
that block of Cherry. That same block of Walnut from Macon to First, and then all of West Plum from Broad to First.
Oh, okay.
We're going to do an extension of the streetscape that we currently have that was done in about 2008, I believe. It's just making downtown all consistent and having those sidewalks and brick inlays and all of that continue on those streets.
Just continue down to First Street on the streets, those blocks that lead down to it.
That's right.
How will it look different? Okay, you're driving down Cherry Street. You got all the streetscape stuff done all the way down to Macon Street, and then you've got the
it'll be all the way to Broad then.
And then all the way to Broad. Yep. But you're going down to First Street. What's it going to look like? Let's say from Macon Street to First Street. They're on Cherry Street. Okay.
Mm-hmm. It'll be very similar to what that main block of Cherry Street looks like now.
Okay.
There will be angled parking, there will be curbage, there'll be landscaping, all of that good stuff. It's just going to be prettier.
Okay. And what is coming in there on the left-hand side there where Walker Chevrolet used to be?
You tell me. Butch.
Okay, well, I was hoping I could catch you and just, I was hoping you'd just slip up and just tell us, you know.
I wish I knew like everyone else.
Okay, just checking. Well, business license has to be applied for. So.
That's right. We don't have any concrete information.
No
as
concrete
to that.
information. As they're laying the concrete, you still have no concrete information.
But Dunkin' Donuts is going up nice.
Well, we know where that's going. Dunkin' and Little Caesars and that other one that are going up in that area. It's so strange, and I was thinking about that yesterday when I was riding through Jesup on how it's changed. Where you had these, big car dealerships for so many years in the downtown Jesup area are not there anymore. But the good thing is the land is being sold and new businesses are going in.
That's right.
So you don't have these just in these spaces.
It's progress, and it's takes time, but we're excited. We're excited about all the new developments. So
okay, Anthony, about how many gallons of water are used on a daily basis in the city of Jesup?
We're using about 1.2 million gallons a day.
1.2 million gallons.
Yes.
Of what? 9,000, almost 10,000 residents.
Yes.
wow.
I think our population, including the prison, is 10,200.
10,200.
Yeah.
Use 1.2
Somewhere
million
around there.
gallons a day.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that includes the industry and everything.
Yeah. So is most of it stored in that big tank there next to the cemetery?
We have three tanks which equal 1 million gallons. So we have 1 million gallons of storage.
Okay, so it's just stored up there, ready to flow down.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Just using good old gravity to get that water in the homes.
Yeah.
Let's see, Bob, any other questions for them this morning? But got the streetscape going on. What else is going on in the city of Jesup there, Molly?
We are working on our streetscape. We hope that that'll begin construction sometime later in the year, maybe as early as this fall. And we are just moving forward. We had a very successful cleanup day, so yeah.
So the cleanup day went real well?
It did. I was amazed
You were amazed?
at the amount of trash.
Oh, yeah, it's out there anyway. I just riding yesterday, I saw a couple of tires thrown over here and some trash over there, and it's amazing how people think that the side of roads is, a trash dump.
Yeah, it is.
Yep,
it is.
But it was good that was done, and I know that we had the mayor of Scriven on the other day, and they're going to do that down. Well, actually, not only him, but we had Kevin McGrady on, and he was talking about doing it for District 2.
Right. Yeah, that's a pretty large district. I'm
It
sure they'll
is.
find a lot of trash too.
And a lot of that is rural area, so you get people say, "Ain't nobody around. I can just toss it out."
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I can't take it home and put it in my trash can. I want to throw it out right now. Anthony's good. All right. So once again, folks, there are folks coming in from a state agency. They're already here in the city of Jesup, not the county, the city of Jesup, going to low to moderate income homes, apartments, and places like that, and doing a survey of how many people live, approximate income, quality of water, different questions, and this information will help the city of Jesup get that $750,000 grant to replace some of these old 50 to 70-year-old water lines that are here in Jesup and get better quality water and less maintenance to these areas.
That's right.
Is that right?
That is
That's it.
Okay. Anything else?
I think that's all.
Is that all?
Yep. Thank you
Bob,
for
you're
having
being
us.
quiet. You got Molly in here this morning. I mean, downtown.
You pretty much explained it.
Okay. Didn't know if there's any other questions you may have for her this morning. I got to get something in the computer here, and then we'll get started here with another part of the world famous Butch and Bob Show. Appreciate y'all coming in.
Thank you
y'all
for
have
having
a
us.
great weekend, and I appreciate you calling Anthony to let us know about this, and we hope that we've helped out and letting folks know to just answer the questions when they come to your door. Okay.
Yep.
Take care, y'all.
All right. Thank you.
We'll be back with more of the world famous Butch and Bob Show in just a moment.
Good morning, everyone. It's very cool as we're heading out on this Friday morning. We'll get to enjoy sunshine through the day as afternoon highs move into the mid-50s. Tonight will be partly cloudy with a low near 30 degrees. Watch for a little frost Saturday morning. Otherwise, sunshine. And again, highs mid to almost upper 50s. On Sunday, we'll wrap up the weekend with sunny skies and a high close to 60 degrees. I'm Georgia meteorologist Laura Huckabee in the GNN Weather Center.
Well, Bob, that's the reason why you asked for ID. Bob, Bobby lives in the city, and if they come up to you, just say, well, a little more than I did last year, but not as much as I'd like. And when they ask for income, but it's very important for these questions to be answered, so the city of Jesup can get the $750,000 grant for the moderate to low income areas of the town. And man, that's amazing, Bob. 50 to 70-year-old water lines. Of course, that's pretty common in any city.
Talked to the mayor yesterday, Mayor David Earl Keith. Just speaking of grants, it looks like they're almost going to receive word on the grant for the pool. So it looks like the pool is definitely going to go back to Crack Williams Recreation Center. So it's going to be good news.
Good. And from what we understand, it's going to be 4 feet all across, which means it's plenty deep enough for swimming, and then also the right depth to play games in if you want to.
Like I said, there was a question whether or not a pool would come back or not, but they were hoping for a grant. But talking to the mayor last night, the Men's Golf Association meeting, he says they should receive word soon, and it looks good. It looks like they're going to be able to get that grant. So the city will match it. So it'll be a $100,000 grant. The city will match, so $200,000 going towards the building of a new pool in that facility. So that'll be good. Like I said, they've done a lot of work on that, and they're still working on it. But once they get all that complete, it's going to be a very nice Crack Williams Recreation Center. It's good to see all that taking place.
It is good to see all that taking place over there at the Crack Williams Center, a place that people have gone for events and entertainment and play and fun for, since the 60s, mid-60s.
Be another place people can rent out to, for weddings, receptions, things like that. So,
right.
Like I said, it's just been it's an institution here in Wayne County. I say it's been there for eons, so it's just nice to see it being refurbished and more playground equipment being added and the pool coming back. So it'll be a nice addition to the downtown area.
Okay. You said there's some basketball games coming up soon?
Tonight. Wayne County's playing tonight, senior night at the high school.
Okay, so those games start, the girls and the boys?
Girls at 6, boys at 7:30.
Okay, and so go and watch the boys and girls basketball teams, both of them doing real well. Senior night at Wayne County High School. Basketball team's having a good season, Bob.
Having a real good season.
Real good.
Nice to see the girls get that number 1 seed so they can play that tournament here at home. But right now, Statesboro has a 1-game lead over both Ware and Wayne. So I think they got a tough match this weekend in Ware. So it's hard for them to beat Ware at Ware. So if Ware can beat them, then Wayne County wins. It's a 3-way tie, and then it goes to flip of the coin, all that good stuff. So we should have all that situated in the next couple weeks.
Okay.
To get ready for the region tournament.
All right.
At least it's not going to be New Hampstead. It's either going to be in Wayne, Ware, or Statesboro. So that's good. And the girls just had that big win Tuesday up in Statesboro. So they beat Statesboro. Statesboro, that's a great game. Come from behind, win 16 points down, came back, tied it, sent it to overtime, and beat them. So that was an exciting game. Glad I got to see that. So it's just 2 good, fun teams to watch. If you haven't seen the basketball teams this year for Wayne County, you're missing out. So come on out tonight, support them against South Effingham, and watch the seniors. They always have a special presentation to senior players and cheerleaders. All their parents will be on the field or on the court, so it'll be a nice ceremony.
Okay. You ride by the high school and the other sports facilities for Wayne County High School, and you see the spring squads out there practicing baseball, tennis, track, all of them.
Golf, it'll be here for you.
They'll kick in, and that's a lot of sports going on at one time in the spring. A lot of young folks, boys and girls out there practicing and participating in all these spring sports that begin real soon.
A lot of people asking about Fun Day for the baseball team. Fun Day is not this Saturday, but next Saturday, February the 2nd. Again, they'll have the inter-squad game at the 2 middle school games at 12, and then the varsity inter-squad game at 2. Also, don't forget they've got the kickoff banquet this coming Thursday night, which they have. It's an annual event. They have a banquet to kick off the season. They have the banquet to end the season, but the kickoff banquet's set for Thursday, the 31st at 7 p.m. at the high school commons area. Tickets at the door are $10. Guest speaker will be Georgia Southern's varsity baseball coach Rodney Harmon is going to be the guest speaker next Thursday here at the high school. So always a good event, the high school baseball kickoff banquet. So And we'll have all 30 games this year on Big Dog Country, starting with the scrimmage on the 5th of February against Fidelia.
Okay. Looking for another exciting season for Wayne County baseball. Now, Bob, you're going up to Atlanta next week to participate in the Super Bowl activities. A lot of activities lead up to the game, and you're going to be embedded there for, Big Dog Country Radio. And just want to know what, famous people and famous athletes you've lined up already to interview.
So I'll be on Radio Road just like we always are. But I said I'm looking forward to they said they do the media day at night. They used to do a media day, but it's a night event, Monday night.
Monday night?
Monday night.
Oh, wow, that's earlier in the week than it used to be.
They'll do it Monday night, have all the players there at one location, get to interview all those people. And then Tuesday night is the media Super Bowl party. They're going to do it at the aquarium. I've never been to the aquarium.
The aquarium? Wow, that's a nice facility.
I'm looking forward to seeing that for the first time. So.
You can't take your rod and reel, Bob. Of course, you're not a fisherman.
I'm not a fisherman, but I'm looking forward to seeing the aquarium. I've never seen it, but I understand it's excellent.
Awesome.
So,
yeah.
But that's where the Super Bowl media party is Tuesday, and then we'll start final reports Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But I said, coming back for the event for the Touchdown Club, I'm going to see the Embers, so I'll be coming back Saturday. Like I said, I'm not going to the game, just not Patriot fan, not a Rams fan, so I'd rather come back.
Well, I'm pulling for the Rams. They got Gurley and you got
Sony Michel plays for the Patriots, so you got both dogs.
And I think I heard on the Georgia News Sports this morning that the head football coach for the Rams played at quarterback at Marist High School. Is that correct?
McVeigh.
Yeah,
it could be.
Yeah, I think they said this morning that 33, and he played football at Marist High School.
Only 33 years old. One of the youngest coaches.
So he's from the state of Georgia. So a lot of Georgia connections there for the Rams. So go Rams!
I saw Bubba Walker last night at the Men's Golf Association. He reminded me that we have to pull for the Rams, being Steeler fans, because the Steelers have 6 Super Bowl titles and the Patriots only have 5. So,
yeah.
It could be biased towards Patriots in that regard. So,
yeah.
But like I told somebody, Brady's 41 years old, the greatest of all time.
Right.
He's going to play in the Super Bowl. It could be the last. You just don't know. The way he plays, he could be back next year. But if he's going to win a final Super Bowl, it'd be nice to say he did in Atlanta. So we'll see. But Brady's just the best. I mean, I used to say Montana, but I think Brady this year has shown.
It is Brady. Yeah.
I mean, his 9th Super Bowl. I mean, when you think about it, it's just amazing. This is the 9th Super Bowl he's going to play in.
And it's been with a different cast of people, different receivers, different running backs. He's had the same head football coach, the head coach all the time. But he's had different offensive coordinators. I mean, his cast around him has changed so much of those years.
Yeah, Belichick's been there the whole time.
Belichick. Yeah, you got Slime Time, Belichick.
I think I'll avoid his podium for sure. I don't need to waste my time.
Don't let that slip out when you're talking to Belichick there, Bob. Coach Belichick.
I'm sure he's heard it many times.
I'm sure he has.
Doesn't faze him. I think I'll just bypass his podium.
Okay.
Go see Sony Michel and Gronkowski. I like Gronk, so it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I said, but I'm glad to hear the Super Bowl media parties at the aquarium because I haven't been to the aquarium yet, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, you'll enjoy the aquarium. It's a very nice facility.
I've got a sister married. She's going to let me stay with her. I've got nieces and I'll be seeing them, so I'm going to do some family stuff. But get back here Saturday for fun day in the Super Bowl drawing. I want to win $10,000.
Yeah, right, Bob.
Have never won.
Yours will be the 3rd ticket pull.
I understand. I never win, but you can't win without a ticket. So.
You cannot win unless you participate.
Plus
That's right.
The Embers are in town. You can't beat that.
Can't beat it.
Love the Embers. So
they'll be playing. Yeah. Well, Bob, we wish you a safe trip to Atlanta and a lot of fun up there. And you'll be calling the reports beginning Wednesday, correct? Yeah. All right, sounds good. All right, you're listening to WIFO FM in Jesup, 105.5 on your FM dial. World famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by the Wolf Animal Hospital on West Cherry Street, by Murphy Builder Supply, Northeast Broad Street in downtown Jesup. Also downtown Jesup, brought to you by the Women's Health Center on Cherry at Broad, and by Mike Birch Ford in Black Cherry.
The world famous Butch and Bob Show.